Welcome back to DBS and the DFL studio, and thank you so much to all the fans who are saying they love the music and they love the set. Well, we do try, and of course the music is from Rob Zy Taylor, as we said earlier, and it's called The Good Life. Now, okay, remember we said that this year we were going to give you a better, more informative and entertaining show, and we're starting by welcoming you back with a fresh face. Our restyled set features furnishings by Court St. Lucia Limited, tastefully designed by DFL's Thea Harvey. So thank you so much to Courts and of course to Thea. Tonight we're talking about what goes on inside our bodies and how our choices affect how we look on the inside. In the studio we have Dr. Tanya Destang-Bobran and fitness expert Roger Constantine. Now, Dr. Bobran, why is it so important that we know what's going on inside our bodies?
Two reasons really. What goes on inside our bodies will eventually turn, if it's going bad, into disease. So it's important that we start to have a look early enough before it turns into something really sinister. And also, if you could just take a sneak peek at what is happening in your body, I think when you realize that you really are alive and a human being, it will empower you to take care of your body.
Yeah, like it did for me. I have to say, some time ago when I went to see you and you actually gave me the test, explain what that test is all about, because I thought that it was like dying and living again, because I could see.
It is amazing. I had it done on myself about 2 or 3 years ago, and I was amazed. In medical school you do hematology and you actually see blood cells, but it's usually dead blood cells that are stained. This was the first time I had actually ever seen cells that were alive under a microscope.
Shall we show our viewers what that looks like?
That would be
okay, let's see. Okay, what are these?
Okay,
Doctor?
so this one is just a photo of your blood cells that have been stained. The red ones, of course, are your red blood cells. The white ones are white blood cells. Notice the shape of the red ones that are designed specifically to carry, in that design, to carry oxygen, and the iron binds the oxygen. So there's a rationale for why these cells are shaped with a little dip in the bottom. This is another one. You see the red blood cells. There are many different types of white cells, and this slide is showing 2 different types of white cells. We're not going to go into detail about this. This now is actually the clinical microscopy or live blood analysis.
That's what I saw, right?
This is what you saw. These are under dark field microscope. You see these are red blood cells actually. If you look closely, I think you may see them pulsate. I'm not sure if that is the right one. That might be a still. But this is actually footage from somebody's thing. That's just a small snapshot of it.
Wow.
Of blood cells.
Okay, let's see what else we have there.
What's
this?
This is not good. These are actually red blood cells that are clumped together. The previous photo showed you nice healthy blood cells.
Right. Okay, you see they're nice and round.
They're nice and round, and they're not stuck together. The other one, this one is showing you clumped. Now this one was quite by accident. It was a test patient while we were setting up the system. And when I put his slide under, I said, something's wrong, we've got to check you out. And he says, oh, don't worry about it. I actually need to be on a particular drug that I'm not taking. He actually needed to be on blood thinners. So what was happening was that his red blood cells were clumping together, and that was the beginning of a clot, which if left unattended to can be life-threatening. You can get a clot running from your legs into your lungs and can kill you.
Oh, wow.
So yeah.
So, okay.
So that one was quite by accident.
All right. And what's this?
This now is a photo of the gut. And the reason I brought this up is to show the cells there on the left are normal cells.
Okay, what color? What color when you say the ones on the left?
Ones,
the pink ones.
The pink ones that are close together.
Okay.
Towards the right, you'll see one that is a little apart and actually broken down.
Okay.
This is what we call a leaky gut syndrome. And what is happening there? And these are cells of the lining of the bowel wall. What is happening is that, and what the rationale is that inflammation, which could be from processed foods, antibiotics, toxins, bacteria, parasites, so many different things, actually will damage the lining of the wall and enable particles that really shouldn't be passing into the blood. So you will see where the red arrow is, and in between there you see particles passing through and going into the blood. And this can actually be a source of chronic problems. We call that leaky gut syndrome, and the tests we do for that, and Roger will talk about, for food intolerances, and that is the rationale for this particular test. So there are two tests that we talk about. There's the clinical microscopy, and there's the Immuno-1 blood print, and this is the rationale for that. You see the red lines with the red blood cells actually in a blood vessel.
Yes.
And there's a white with a pink, which is a normal cell.
Right.
And the red ones are the cells that have been damaged due to for a number of reasons.
Yes.
And that, where the yellow is actually enabling partially digested food, things that really shouldn't be passing through, going in. And these things could be basic foods that we eat all the time that are actually good for you. You'd think it would milk, certain fruit and so, but because they have not been fully digested and been allowed to pass through, the body recognizes it as a foreign body when truly it shouldn't be.
Right.
But because the cells are narrow.
Oh my gosh.
What is that?
Sorry, I should have alerted viewers that we had this picture coming on, you know, and I will say, if anyone is like, you know, you get very easily upset, I apologize for that. So I'm going to say to you, look away, but don't go away, so because we want you to listen, and maybe open your eyes a little bit. Okay, let's go back to this picture. What is that?
This is a normal,
it's a heart.
Healthy heart on
yes.
the left. Now bear in mind that these are hearts that have been preserved.
Right.
Inside the body, it looks different. So people are always saying the organs look icky. But organs look icky because they have been preserved in a very foul-smelling formalin fluid.
I didn't know the heart was that big.
The heart
because
is
look
actually
at
the size of your palm.
Yes, because that's what they have on there.
That's the normal size, and that's it is said that if you make a fist, that's approximately the size of your heart.
Oh, okay.
Okay. These photos may have been enlarged. This looks like a liver.
Yeah.
And the one on the right appears to be a liver that has been pickled by alcohol.
Right.
Or some other form of it. It looks like it's a cirrhosed liver. The liver on the left is a nice, healthy liver. I don't want to gross you out, but if you see liver in the supermarket that's nice and healthy and pink, it's almost similar to what the liver in the body looks like. It's a nice, squishy organ that is extremely important.
What is the function of the liver?
The liver is detoxin.
Right.
It's one of it takes off all the junk in our body. It is one of the detoxifying organs.
Is that why when people say drink lots of water, has that anything to do with the liver?
Not only the liver, the kidneys and the skin. Remember, the skin is also one of the detoxifying agents because we detoxify by sweating out toxins as well.
And I always have to remind a lot of people that I train to drink water. I mean, you have some people that would drink maybe 1 bottle of water, or they try to count juice.
Yeah.
Water. Juice is not water.
Yeah, but if you put a little bit of flavoring in the juice, that's still in the water.
It's not water.
But if you squeeze a lemon or lime in the water, that's okay, isn't it?
Well, it's okay, but it's still not water.
But what difference does it make? Because when it goes down, it all mixes up anyway.
I mean, you're introducing more. Let's say if you know, I tell people early in the morning to drink 2 glasses of warm water with a squeeze of lemon to alkalize your water, right? To help kind of reduce the amount of acidity in your body, right? Which helps to, I think, help your body detoxify.
It is one of the theories, and it is theory that is coming to play, that if you can keep your body in the alkaline level, you can actually prevent many diseases. There's a lot of research into this. I don't think there's been anything concrete, but the holistic health practitioners will swear by that if you keep your body alkaline, you can prevent a lot of the chronic illnesses that ail us today.
Okay. All right. Now, we were talking about what's going on in the inside. And one of the questions that I know one of the viewers have actually asked is to do with when the food goes into the body, the indigestion process, and is it easier or healthier to eat first and then drink, or then drink and eat first? Does it make any difference?
I don't think it really does. I really remember my mother-in-law telling me not to drink while I ate.
Mm-hmm.
If she ever saw me take a sip of water while I was eating my dinner, she would get really upset with me. Mm-hmm. I don't know what the rationale for that is or was, but I have heard of it. To my knowledge in medicine, there really isn't anything. I don't tell people anything. What I will tell them is to make sure that you chew your food properly. And that's where the digestion starts.
Good.
So
I'm glad you said that. We're going to talk a little bit about that when we come back. But just before we go into a break, for a reminder of our fantastic Valentine treats, visit dolorfactorlife.com. And tonight's giveaway challenge is name DFL's 2 newest sponsors, and the winner receives a DFL gift bag. You're listening and you're watching to Dolor Factor Live, only on DBS. We'll be right back.